My name is Kayla Ramdat, and this is my story. My name is Kayla Ramdat, and I've known Pastor Tony for about 9 years. My story to Canada started in 2014 when I came on vacation to visit my sister. And Trisha took me into Pastor Tony's office, and I remember this as if it was yesterday when Pastor Tony looked up from behind his desk and said, "Hey, I've been waiting on you. God has been talking to me about you." I was terrified. I'm like, what is the Lord saying to Pastor Tony about me? But he wouldn't tell me right there and then. He made me wait for like 2 days. It was New Year's Eve, 2015, when Pastor Tony called me to the altar and he said to me, coming to Canada was not a vacation, that this was to be my home, that my life was here, my husband was here, that this is where God is going to use me and bless me. I left with that word and I went back to Trinidad and I thought, wow, really, Lord? I didn't want to come to Canada. I had everything I needed in Trinidad. I was comfortable. I had a good job. I was vacationing. Anything I wanted, I had. And starting over was terrifying. It was crippling. So the thought of having to come to Canada to restart my life, I didn't want to do it. So I forgot. I choose to just put those words, in the back of my mind and continue living my life. After some time, I remember lying in my bed and feeling so lost. I was surrounded by stuff, everything, but yet I felt so empty, so alone, so lost that I've lost my way, that I've strayed for some reason. And remembering asking God, what is your plan for my life? What would you have me do? And those words spoken to me 2 years ago came back. And I said, God, if this is your plan, I'm going to embrace it. And so I started putting things in place to move to Canada, and quickly, everything came in place quickly, very quickly, everything. No fuss, everything. And I remember coming here, and when I got here, it was not easy. It was so hard, readjusting to life, knowing no one, having nothing, having left everything behind, and having to be on a bus for 4 hours a day. At 6 a.m, I was on a bus in cold, freezing weather. And it all came to a boiling point, as some may say, when one day coming home from school, I got lost in this bus. And I took like 3 different buses trying to find my way home. Eventually, my phone died. I had no GPS. I can call nobody. And I'm just in a bus going, I don't know where. And I decided, listen, just get out. I got out at the next stop and I stood there lost. I started to cry because I didn't know what else to do. I was freezing. I just started walking. I started walking in a direction I thought was home. And I was crying and I was saying, God, how is this better? How is this progress? I left everything for this. And I just started walking, crying. And it's about 45 minutes later, I'm still walking. And I look up and it seems familiar. I was close to home. I recognize this trail. And I decide, this is going to take me home because I seem to know it. And I got on the trail and I started walking. And I look up and I was at home. I was behind the house rather, so I had to walk to the front. And I got home and my mom opened the door and I was frozen in tears. I went to my room, started packing my bags. I was going back to Trinidad. I was done. This was too hard for me. And in packing my bag and just having that moment of confusion, of despair, of feeling so unsure, that God reminded me of those words spoken to me. And I held on to his promises that I was led to be here, that he's going to provide, he's going to make a way. And I stood there and I said, God, I don't know how this is going to get better, but I trust you. I trust your word. I trust what you're going to do. And I unpacked my bags. And from that day, I remember thinking, God, there's no going back. I'm not going to go back. You've brought me here and I'm going to move forward. However, just putting my trust in you and knowing that it was going to be okay. Fast forward 2 years later, I've met that husband. I'm about to be married in days. I'm driving my own car that is paid for in full. I just bought a home. God has fulfilled beyond those words, beyond anything that I could dream or imagine. So today, I want to encourage us that God is a covenant keeper. He keeps his promise. He is faithful. He's never failing. And today, I just want to encourage us to hold on to God's word. He will not fail.